The last time we met was in session 9, and we focused on the topic of culture and communication. We began with a recap of the very first session. The topic is, what is your leadership brand? When you walk into the room with your team, what do they see? What do you bring? What do others see? What's the good? What's the not so good? Your brand is the promise that you make to the team. It is also what candidates who are seeking employment with us see when you talk to them. We spend time talking about brand, but we also discuss the homework from session 8, Know Your Business. We can recall how painful it was to try to fill in all those little boxes on that sheet. Fortunately, the branch in Athena in Michigan nailed it. The amazing thing is that branch doesn't even exist, but they did an outstanding job getting it done. That exercise was intentional. There's information we know. There's information you know you don't know it. We also have our blind spot, the information we don't know we don't know. Every box is a piece of the puzzle for you to really understand the inner workings of a branch. My ask is this. Look at the example from our friends in Michigan and then return to the one that you started. Ask for help in crafting answers. It could be another branch, or maybe it's your manager. If I can help, please ask, but this exercise is intentional. It's really helpful. Now, session 9 focused on communication and the building of branch culture. Communication is the single most important thing that you do to build your branch and your brand and the culture. The quote was this: whatever you choose to do or not to do to build your leadership brand will be vastly overshadowed by how you choose to communicate. Something so obvious, but it's really missed, and it's really important to recall. Now, if you don't recall any of the sessions so far, remember this key takeaway from session 9. Now, let's get into the next part. We shifted into company culture. We shared our own definition of culture and the company culture. The culture in your branch will eat your strategy or your operating routines for lunch. Whether intentional or not, every branch has a culture. As a leader, you have the biggest influence on culture. You enable it. Build the culture you want. Be intentional. In our first breakout, we asked you a simple question. How would you describe our company culture to maybe a customer, supplier, or a prospective employee? The two common themes were safety and customer. We talked also about family. If you take all of our comments together, they look very similar to the new company values we talked about in session 8. Culture is the most important of the job of a leader. Culture drives our expectations and beliefs. Expectations and beliefs drive behaviors, and behaviors drive habits. And habits are the things that create our future. Our role as coaches is to always be about improving performance and expanding belief boundaries. While every branch manager communicates many messages, there never seems to be enough time. Certain things take over, but certain conversations become defining moments, and we listed them. Together, I think we named at least 5. The welcoming of a new team member and how they feel. The escalated customer service issue involving several employees. The daily huddle and the safety walk. We spent the next breakouts on these conversations. We did our second breakout on the whole concept of the daily huddle. You know its purpose. It increases focus, it removes roadblocks, it builds morale, it facilitates communication, and if you do it right, it reinforces accountability. We talked about what a really good meeting looks like, and we encourage you to assess your own style. If you're not doing one right now, consider adding it right away. We also had a breakout on the daily safety walk. The difference between signing somebody to do it and using it as an exercise of engagement. The mindset and beliefs about safety are as important as anything we could do to change the culture. And creating a safety culture has so many benefits that is enabled by you as the leader. We work to create a culture that's safe, positive, and engaging, and we move from trying to be that just satisfied place to work to be engaged, to be inspired. That's the ideal of what we're seeking to achieve. We also shared the results of the annual employee survey as a measure of engagement and an expression of our company culture. Our teams are telling us that we need to do a better job around communicating internally, and that's you. Session 10 is graduation. We only have a morning session, there's no afternoon session, and we need to have everyone present, and when you do, come prepared. What does that look like? You'll be asked to make a presentation lasting 2 to 4 minutes. Please share the following. The main benefit you got from taking the class. Second, a specific example of success as a result of using a concept from the class. How will you incorporate the concepts into your daily activities? Those are the 3 things, and we're going to have guests that are joining us to hear about your experiences. So we'll celebrate together your graduation from Managing Matters. I can't wait. See you then. You matter. So Managing Matters, and if you have any questions, just reach out. Thank you very much.